spend time here putting the thing together. And I wanted this thing to be special for you guys. It's been 50 years. 50 years. I mean, when we were back in 73, who in the hell would ever look and say, hey, 50 years from now, we're going to be doing this? Yeah, nobody knew that. But hey, here we are. We were out of 35 guys that were on the team, 34. 25 have shown up. A moment of silence for the 4 that are no longer with us. Foxy from San Jose was a kicker. Larry Schmidt from Stamford, Connecticut. Benny Oliver, a tackle from Stamford, Connecticut. Al Cleveland from Clemens High School. And his wife and his son is here to celebrate with us the 50 years of Gavilan football. There's a picture of Al going around and all the guys are signing. And as a matter of fact, it's right here. If the guys have not signed this picture for Al Cleveland and for his wife and his son, please do that before the night's over. I tell you, a great individual. He was awesome. We also lost our first booster president, which was Marvin Anderson. And you guys remember he had 2 or 3 parties at his house with a swimming pool, and we all had a great time over there. We also lost another coach, John Garcia, his wife Clara, and his son Greg is here. John Cooper. Great coach. I'm telling you, the guy was amazing. Because they're all, I'd have a big lineman, big defensive back, whatever the case was. I think they've been eating too many tortillas and frijoles and beans or whatever. Anyhow, I'm telling you, it's so awesome to see all you guys. You know what? We wouldn't realize that, hey, the memories that took place all those years, we look back and the uphill battles, the sweat, the tears, the Sunday practice. Come on, guys. Go have a beer Saturday night, but Sunday you're on the football field and we're going up the hill. Right? We're going up the hill. We were probably the best shaped football team in the world. But hey, I just want to talk a little bit about our preseason, a little bit about the deal, and then I got a couple guys I want to say a couple words. When we started the year, there was Coach Lasky, Coach Valenzuela, Coach Johnson, which we couldn't find, Coach Aguilar, but it was Lasky, Johnson, and myself. We sat down all summer and we talked football. We talked about what can we do? What do we got coming back? Now remember, this is my second year as head coach. My first year, the president of the school and the athletic director said, Bobby, don't take the team. There's only 4 guys coming back. And I said, well, when do I take it? I want to be a head coach. I don't care what there is. So yeah, we suffered a little, but you know what? We won 4 games, right, Paul? We won 4 games with those guys. So now all of a sudden we had a bunch of freshmen coming back, and we said, hey, we've got some pretty good football players, guys. We sat around all summer and talked about the individuals. What can we do? Philosophy, offense and defense, and so on. But then I looked at the preseason schedule, and goals are made a year ahead. Sometimes you do one ahead. But anyhow, we had probably, listen folks, this isn't no lie, the toughest preseason of any junior college in the nation. We opened up, listen to this, we opened up with San Francisco City. The week before we opened up, we had a 5. We were supposed to play some JV team and they backed out. San Francisco City went and played Modesto JC over in Modesto and beat them 77-7. The guy that I sent to scout the team came in on Sunday morning. We're all sitting there, all the coaches, wide-eyed, waiting to see what's going on. And the guy goes, oh my God. I said, what do you mean? We're playing them Saturday. What is it? He said, they're big, they're fast, they're everything. I said, well, it doesn't make any difference. We're playing on Saturday. Give us what you got. So he gave us what we got. We sat there, I think it was 2 o'clock in the morning before we left. Monday morning, after we got through looking at film, looking out there, what we were going to do with the guys and so on. Well, we tried to prepare the guys the best we could. Told them, hey, we're playing San Francisco, which, by the way, when I was head coach at Gavilan, we opened up with San Francisco every year. They never beat me at home. I beat them one time down there, but they never beat me at home. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Anyhow, so we get the guys all ready and everything. We go through a week of practice. So come Saturday, we're playing at Hollister. Hollister, for you people, now it's an unbelievable facility. But in those days, they had a fence around the football field. So, well, you know, hay bathers, hey, cowboys, cows, horses, bulls, whatever the case is, right? So anyhow, I'm standing in the middle of the field like this, and 2 buses roll in. They're San Francisco City players. They come off the bus. Remember Hollister, they had the stadium, visitors were here, and the home team was over here. So I'm standing there, they come off the bus, they get their bag, and they're walking towards their visiting locker room. And they started going, ooh. I'm going, God damn it, somebody turned the cows loose? What's going on? Moo. Pretty soon the whole team is going, moo, moo. My hair is standing up. I am pissed. Ow, damn it. So you know what? I go in the locker room, I get the guys together, and I say, you know what, guys? The city boys are here. And you know what? They think that we're the cows, but you know what? We're the goddamn bulls. We got horns like this, and we're going to shout them up when the sun doesn't shine. They couldn't wait to get out the locker room. Final score, 24 to nothing. Yeah! Unbelievable. After that we go, Jesus Christ, what the hell did we turn loose here? Next game, Merced Junior College. Always fighting for the championship over the valley. Tough team. So we go down there. First time ever we have a booster bus. The boosters get there, they celebrate, they've been drinking. They left yellow, and I think they had, I don't know what they had. They were not eating. Doing everything, and hardly could walk in and out of the bus and so on. Anyhow, it was a battle. It came down, they had a great running back by the name of Mills. So we said, how can we stop this guy? They ran a kind of an option. So what we did, we brought up our safeties. Mike Mattis, where's Dennis Martinez. We brought him up to 6 yards from the line of scrimmage. We said, if the quarterback turns your way, because they dove a guy, then the middle guard, the tackle, and the linebacker got that guy. In, go after the quarterback. There's no option. Just go knock the hell out of him. So he went after the quarterback, and here comes our safeties. I tell you, they couldn't get past the line of scrimmage. Final score, but they were ahead 9 to 7, I think it was, with 2 minutes to go, and Stoddard, our quarterback, finally woke up. I don't know if that and he threw a 65-yard bomb to Bobby Tompkins. Why are you, Bobby? Oh, we get back on our bus coming over the Pacheco Pass. We are laughing, screaming, and we get back to school. We go, Jesus, we're 2-0, guys. Did you believe that? 2-0. But all of a sudden, this says, here comes Santa Barbara City. My head coach in college when I went to Cal Western University. I don't think he would like me because I was older. And I kind of, I go to the bar sometimes. He didn't think that was kosher. But anyhow, whatever. He called me up in the summer and he goes, hey, Bobby, we want to play. And I go, Bobby, why do you want to play me? They had just won the Western State Final. They had Sam Bam Cunningham, who went to SC and was a great running back. I said, why do you want to play me? He said, I want my kids to learn about Central California. Hey, you know what? They get on the bus, they come over here, they get to the motel, they have a dinner, they have some meetings, go to bed check, get up in the morning, have breakfast, have another meeting. to the football field. Where are they going to learn about Central California? But anyhow, let me tell you, they came in with 2 buses. They had some people. The score at halftime was 30-10. Their favorite. And I said, well, guys, hey, maybe the bubble has burst or whatever. Went in the locker room, and I started going crazy. I said, you know what? Football game is 60 minutes. Damn it. We've only played 30. We played 30, and we're going to go. I don't care if the guy whips your ass. You get back in hell and say, I'm going to get him next time. And I don't care, you go out there and he whips you again, you go back and I'm going to get him again. You know what? I took up my watch and I threw it against the wall and went to million pieces. 60 minutes of football. They came out like you couldn't. I don't think they had a first down in the second half. Final score, 31-30 again. I had some friends that went to the game from Hollister. They left. They said, Gavilan's going to get their butts kicked. Let's go. At halftime, they went home. They didn't go home. They went to Payne's. So they get home that night, and the wives go, who won? Gavilan. She don't. It was terrible. And next morning, they read the paper. What do you mean, Gavilan? They won. Where the hell were you guys? Okay. Good. Anyhow, listen, this never happened before. I give a lot of credit to Bobby Dynenberg, who's head coach. We're in the locker room. We're going crazy. We are celebrating. It's unbelievable. Everybody says, shh, shh. What the hell's going on? Look around. Here's the head coach in our locker room. He says, I coached at the high school, junior college, and the 4-year level. Nobody has ever done what you guys did to me today. My hat's off to you. Congratulations. Now, all of a sudden, the beginning of the season, we said, can we win one preseason game? I don't know. But we're 3-0. We're rolling, right? Well, who we got next? We got West Hills, #1 small junior college in the state of California. A lot of Samoans. They tell them that they're next to the ocean, so they get all the guys from Hawaii to come over. And they go, where's the ocean? Well, the sand is out there. Whatever. So anyhow, we're out there, early group is warming up and everything, and they come on, they got a big huddle going. And they're singing the Hawaiian War Chant. We had a Hawaiian kid at Hartnell taught us the Hawaiian War Chant. So they're right there, and our group is working out over there, early group. Coach Johnson said, you want the lineman? No, not yet. And they're going, Goomba, Goomba, hey, and so I say, hey, Bobby Tompkins, over here. So Bobby comes over there to me and goes, what, Coach? I say, you see what they're doing? What are they doing, Coach? I said, they're trying to psych us out. I said, when our hobbies come out, I want a dog pile. You got that? Okay, Coach. So all of a sudden, bring them out. And who led the charge always? The big Canuck from Canada, John Churchill. He would come out and be foaming. Right? Next thing you know, here they go. There's a pile. I mean, coaches are jumping in there. I shot came out bleeding from the eye. Who the hell hit me? All of a sudden, the guys from West Hill going, they're pointing at us. They're going, what the hell? Unbelievable game. Dave Moitis, where are you at? Right there. 26 tackles at linebacker. What was it? 24-9 or whatever it was. We're undefeated. Now we go into league. Well, league was the big three: Hartnell, Monterey, and Cabrillo. But we took care of everything. We scored 297 points that year. That's 27 points a game. We gave up 9 points a game defensively. We shut out 14. We shut out one of the teams in the state playoffs. When we went to the state playoffs, the first team that we played was Sierra College. They had won their league up north. They came in, and I remember the people saying when they came out of the locker room, God, those guys are big. Oh, they're bigger than our guys. Oh my God. The score was 66-7. It was unbelievable. Just everything was falling. Everything was clicking. And you know what the big thing was? The guys believed in themselves. They believed in themselves. They believed in their teammates. They believed in their coaches. Everything we were doing. Before every game, I would tell the guys, look, hey guys, you want to climb a hill? Just go climb it. Don't let anybody stop you. You want it bad enough, reach and get it. The only one that's going to stop you is you. Otherwise, you're going to have success the rest of your lives. And I tell you, they did. Anyhow, then Mary Costa comes in, from San Diego. They had a great quarterback, and we beat them 16-0. Defensive game was unbelievable. We had 36 interceptions. This guy right here, Mike Mattis, said a JC record was 22 interceptions in 2 years. We had, I don't know how many fumbles, but we had like 50 turnovers in 11 games. Our guys just got after it. They didn't quit. There was always, at halftime in our league, we were behind like 6 games at halftime. And I'm worried like hell, I'm going to go through. And they come and they go, hey, coach, it's in the bag, man. It's in the bag? What are you talking about in the bag? Well, yeah, that's how much confidence they had. Anyhow, it was an unbelievable season. The guys, I tell you, it was like a family. They loved each other. They worked their tails off. They believed in each other. They did what had to be done. And you know what? I look at them today, and every one of those guys has become part of society. Hey, I got to tell the guys, I go over to Walmart every day, and I see the guy that says, I need a job, need gas, whatever, and I keep looking to see if I see one of our guys there. You know what? I never see them. But then, before I turn it over to, I want to tell a little story. I had, my wife was like a taxi for Gavilan College. Matt Romatis, how he ended up in Monterey. I'm in Monterey, what the hell are you doing in Monterey? So she goes to Monterey, picks him up, brings him to Gilroy. Next thing you know, she takes Mike and she goes to the airport. Where's Tom the Bomb? Tom the Bomb, he comes in from Philadelphia. He's back and forth picking up guys, living in my house and whatever the case was. And then Mike tells his buddy Mavro, he says, from Garcia's second story up there, I can see the beach. I'm coming. He's coming. He couldn't see anything. But anyhow, these guys, let me just say, this is, I'm not sure over. They couldn't wait to get home. So, we're going home to Steubenville, Ohio, and everything. Well, Mike's dad was chief of police from Steubenville. Jimmy the Greek was his best buddy. So they had a lot of background going there, mafiosos. Gangs. So anyhow, we can't wait to get home. I said, it's not going to be the same. Your friends are going to be working, they're going to be doing this and doing that. I can't wait to go. They go home. 2 weeks later, hey coach, can we come to you, all right? God, we just laughed. What happened? Oh, we want to come. Okay, can you get us a job? Well, good thing I met a guy at Gentry's that played defensive back for Darryl Royal at Texas. And he said, Bobby, anytime you guys need any sort of work, let me know, I'll get them on. So I said, okay, I'll get you guys a job. Where are you guys going to stay? We'll stay in your garage. Okay, we're fine. I don't mind getting inconvenient. So what we do, we go down and get some carpets and throw it on the floor. We put some paneling on the walls and the ceiling and everything. So every day they go to work. They got the swing shift. They start about 7 o'clock or whatever. About 11 o'clock, it's lunchtime. But about 5 minutes before lunchtime, they would say, we're going to the bathroom. So they would go to the bathroom. Well, all the ovens were there, and all the workers would put their burritos on the ovens. Right? So these guys would walk by. Right? So all of a sudden the guys are going, hey, who the hell's taking our burritos? I don't know. Not me, So this goes on for a while. Then all of a sudden the guys go, hey, wait a minute. We're going to make some burritos, but we're going to put some hot chili. So these guys go, we're going to the bathroom. So they let them go. 5 minutes later, they go behind them. They're all underneath the faucet. It's amazing, I'm telling you. But here's the big thing. I walk out one day and here car drives in my driveway, and I go over and I say, "Can I help you?" "Yeah, I'm Mr. and Mrs. Mathematics." "Whoa, from Ohio." And Runt, that's what you call your dad. Big Daddy was the mom.
Yeah.
Runt said, "Where's my boy?" I said, "Oh, they're sleeping in the garage." "What? My boy is sleeping in the garage?" "You've got to be kidding me." Big Annie said, "That's the best thing for them." That's the best thing. With the dogs. With the dogs. Unbelievable. Yeah. But anyhow, it was great. It's been the thing about when you do something like this, it's the memories that you have. I mean, there are negative memories that come along, but you don't think about those things. You think about all the good times, the good relationships you have with people, and people reaching out for you and just saying, "Hey, Coach, I love you, man." And every one of our guys has said that. "Coach, I love you, man." You know what? And I love them too. I love them too, and I'll always remember them for the rest of my life because they meant so much to me. I mean, they put something in my heart that I can't explain what it is, but it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. At this time, I'd like to introduce the president of Gavilan College.
I just completed my first year at Gav. I'm a local kid. I grew up in Castroville, but I'm just glad to be back in the area. Let me just quickly introduce the folks that are here with me from Gav. Our board vice president, Rachel Perez. Her husband, who's also an alum from Gav, and also a former board member, John Perez. Former board member and currently our chair of our bond oversight committee, Elvira Rosa Robinson. Our new athletic director, J.D. Adams.
For him.
Oh, the mic's off. There you go. And our public information officer, Rosie Zapeta. So I'm just honored. I'm the 8th president of Gavilan College. I want to tell you that we're committed. We're committed to putting Gav on the map, just like you did 50 years ago. We're doing a lot of things. We just broke ground in the summer. We're building a new campus in Hollister. Yes, last year we grew by 1,000 students, 23% growth in the spring. We're almost serving close to 9,000 students in our area. And we're going to keep growing. This semester we're growing 14%. We're just growing. There's one announcement I want to make tonight. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I have this poster board over here of our new sports complex. It's a $40 million, It's a $40 million sports complex that we're planning to build in a couple of years. Bob has been helping us with the design of the sports complex. You know why I invited you to the design meeting, Bob?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, hey, I'm proud of Gavilan. Hey, I went to there the first year it opened up, and I want it to be, where people look at it and take a lot of pride in what they see.
Bob, yes. It is time that Gav honors the legacy of Bob Garcia. Next week on Tuesday at our board meeting, I'm going to be asking my board to name the sports complex the Bob Garcia Sports Complex.
Coach up at the line, and my two sisters. Eva Kretz. And the story was, God, we're going to have a tough time. Well, you know what? By the third game of the season against Santa Barbara, we have a half a page of boosters, businesses, parents, and just people from the community that got involved, that wanted to be part of the program. And we have some boosters tonight that I want to introduce that were really instrumental in our program. And that's Arlene and Doug Jeske. Arlene was the secretary. And then I have another gentleman here, Wayne Ketchum, who became the booster president in 1984. And I made Hartnell to watch the game, and we had just beaten Deanza, and they had said that Monday the league was going to vote on who went to the Lions Bowl, and we get to the game, we're watching Hartnell play Menlo, and at halftime they said, buy your tickets for the Hartnell Lions Bowl. I said, you got to be kidding me. All the way back to Gilroy, and you can vouch for me, I just said, let's move back. Hey, no, they can't do that. I'm going to start a bowl game. Come on, guys. What are you talking about? You can't. I said, you wait and see. I'm going to call it the Garlic Bowl, and I'm going to get all. And sure enough, hey, we had the Garlic Bowl for 3 years. All those brought the communities together from Hollister, Gilroy, Morgantown. There was so much happiness, so much. People wanted to get involved. People wanted to help out. Our fundraisers were unbelievable. Last year we paint a car and fix it up, and we have it out in front of the gate at the beginning of the season, and we raffle it off for $1 a ticket. I don't know how much money we made off of it. But $5. Anyhow, what I'd like to do right now, I'd like to bring up Juan Chapa to say a couple words, please. Juan was a full-time police officer in Hollister, and his brother was playing, and after his brother got through, he came to me and said, hey, Coach, you think I can play? Can you put on a jock strap?
Wow. How do you follow this up? Couple things. I was 17 years old on September 29th, 1973. That was the Santa Barbara game he talked about. That was my first ever game high school, college game that I'd ever experienced. My story's kind of unique a little bit. But that's the first time I've ever seen anything like that. So can you imagine the impact that you guys had on a 17-year-old kid that's trying to figure himself out? I am a product of a Hispanic family. I spoke zero English coming into America. I was probably 9 years old, I think. And even in high school, I kind of struggled with the language. Part of it also was that I was dyslexic. I didn't know that. I didn't find that out until I was trying to read playbooks, and I realized that it was, I could mess up numbers. So once I kind of realized that I had this thing, I was able to work around it. But that night, September 29th, 1973, I saw something that was totally incredible. I saw something that, for the rest of my life, it had an impact. That was that, as bad as you guys forget the beat, I learned 3 things that night. That as long as you have the courage, tenacity, and some fucking coaching, you can win. You can beat anybody. The problem was that I thought you could always come back. So throughout my whole career, I ended up thinking that no matter if we were down 30, we were down 40, I always thought we could come back. Hell, Cav did it against Santa Barbara. Why can't we? So that was kind of how I kind of worked my entire life with everything, whether it was business, raising my children, and just being a good citizen. Just be a good person, right? So, this gentleman gave me an opportunity to come back. It's unique, I had a good high school career, decided to sit out because I became a police officer. I had an opportunity to make a little money for the first time in our life. We're migrant farm workers. We worked in the fields every year. That's what we did. So now I'm a police officer making $23,000 a year. That is a lot. My father couldn't believe that. He thought that I'd gone to heaven at $23,000 a year. So what I learned quickly is that as I was growing into that position, they were considering me for public service. And what I realized very quickly was that in order to do that, you needed an education, and a high school education was going to do it. So my brother, who was class of 77, said, hey, why don't you just go out and play football? You're going to go back to school, why don't you play? So I decided, you know what, why not? I'm young, let's give it a shot. So I worked graveyards, took classes during the day, slept in the training room, practiced our asses off, as you can imagine. And I was blessed to have 2 good seasons at Gav, and I earned a full ride at the University of the Pacific. This gets better. At Pacific, Latsky, alma mater, Tiger, it was overwhelming for a kid coming from where I grew up, and those that know me personally know that we lived in a trailer house for years, and it's all I knew until I went off and went to college and rented a house. That's the first time I ever really had a 4-bedroom, house that we shared. But this program was the one thing that made me, and that was instrumental in me getting there. Now, I'm a kid from Hollister, can't speak English going into high school, kind of broken, I'm dyslexic, and now I'm at the University of the Pacific, a Division I program, for those that have ever followed UOP. It's a Division I program, and I'm sitting here, check this out, this is fucking crazy. 1980, my senior year, we're opening up against South Carolina. In 1980, there's a guy named George Rogers. He is the Heisman Trophy candidate at the time. Okay, so can you imagine, we're flying over to South Carolina to play George Rogers, a Heisman Trophy candidate. Here's a kid from Mexico that never would have dreamed that. If somebody had said to me that day that I was watching you guys in 73, said, Juan, you are going to be the fortunate guy to tackle a Heisman Trophy candidate, a Heisman, I would have said, who's Hyman and who does he play for? I didn't know any of this. It was just an unbelievable experience for me. Other funny story, I'm looking at Ken over there, he's a Baylor. This is 2 Baylors here, Sanchez and Ken. Paul Reuter, I don't know if you guys remember, he was my 8th grade coach. Paul Reuter said that I was going to be a great Baylor. I said, okay. I pretended I knew what that meant. I don't know what a Baylor was at the time. I asked my father, I said, what's a Baylor? Inside? What's that? First scrimmage ever, Andy Harden Field. I don't know if you guys remember this, but there's a big mascot. And I fucking got it. I said, the mascot is the big white dude holding a Baylor. That's what a Baylor was. It was, and I did not know that. So this is where my whole life has kind of circled around. But circling back to you guys, yes, is that what impact you guys had on me was the fact that if you don't quit, like I said, if you have tenacity and you really have a plan, you can achieve anything in the world. I absolutely believe that. And I've experienced it. The key thing, though, for people who decide of it, is you have to have guys like Dick Stoddard to throw a pass, precision pass. You've got to have, of course, Hector Flores. Big fan of Hector Flores with a high knee run. Jack Glass making it possible for him in those as a pulling guard. Respect to the defense, Al Cleveland, our brother Al. Yeah. Venezuela, Navarradas, Moist, you guys were absolutely awesome for that. For a 17-year-old kid, you guys had a huge impact. Now, let me close with this. Don't want to be negative, but this is meant from my heart. Is it safe to say that we are at the tail end of our lives? Meaning, we're in the fourth quarter here, right? However, we're in the fourth quarter. So, okay, it's a fact. But let me tell you this, and I hope you guys can share this with me, is that I am going to live whatever I got left with fucking gusto. I'm going to lead my family. I'm going to be motivated to wake up every morning and do what I do best. And most of all, I'm going to have the motivation and enthusiasm this man carries. This man has a huge impact on all of us. It's safe to say that all of us are here and had some success because of Bob Garcia. Let's give Bob a standing ovation.
To this team, and what a pleasure it was to try to write this. I had Bradley here asked me to do this and sent me a few pieces of information, let's just say, that I had to put together, so I hope you all think that I did a fairly good job putting it together here. It's to honor the team, to commemorate this 50th anniversary, and what a huge pleasure and honor this is, I have to say. So here we go. Whereas the 1973 Gavilan College Rams were crowned #1 community college undefeated national champions, and whereas this prestigious undefeated national champions title, received on December 1st, 1973, was earned by the phenomenal combined efforts of Bob Garcia, his staff, and by the fantastic football players. And whereas the 1973 Gavilan College Rams was made up of 35 players and 5 coaches, whose season record was 11-0, and whereas the team also earned the title of Coast Conference champions, and whereas Coach Bobby's get-excited personality and love of the game attracted players to come and play football at Gavilan College, and whereas the team coaches were more than coaches and became mothers and fathers of team players for whom Gilroy became their home, a blessing that keeps on giving 50 years later. Now, therefore, I, Marie Blankley, Mayor of the City of Gilroy, together with the City Council, on this 8th day of September 2023, do hereby commemorate the 50th anniversary of the 1973 Gavilan College Rams.
Speeches, but we'll be done. But this is amazing. Thank you. And you know, I was a rough around too.
Are you? Cougar, Dad!
Cougar. Yeah. But I'm gonna. We're cheerleaders. Please stand up.
What can I say? First of all, didn't really expect to be up here in front of all of you, but hey, I was 3 years old, and I know you tried to change my diaper, but hey, probably kicked you away, did a shitty job. You left all the crap in my pants, man. But I know Mom used to drop me off 3 years old around you guys, and my dad says garage at the house. Hell it is. It was a damn barn. They slept in a barn, okay? And there was no carpet. It was a cement floor, and there was some plywood, and here's a sleeping bag. And cobwebs, spiders, all kinds of things crawling around you. That being said, I mean, the inspiration, the motivation that he brings on a daily basis. What I was able to see being around all of you who really were my idols. I mean, you guys were my idol growing up. Being around you guys, wanting to emulate you, probably coming onto the field and stealing the ball at times. And hey, get that little red-headed freckle-faced guy back here. God damn it! Get the damn ball over here so we can get the drill run. But you know, to be actually molded in what you represented. I mean, here I am, 6 foot, 165 pounds, coming out of high school. Maybe a little bigger than you, Mavro. I heard you were 135 pounds. But, you know, to come out of high school, not being recruited by the major colleges, really thinking and believing, hey, whether I was highly recruited or not, I mean, I kind of felt like I'm going to go play for my dad. I had the opportunity to be coached by this guy when I was in the Pop Warner ages, 9 through 13 years old. When he took a sabbatical, he took a leave of absence from Gavilan, started the athletic club here in Gilroy, driving tractor like he still does today. I mean, the guy just doesn't stop. But he coached me, Little League, Pop Warner. It was PAL football, but Pop Warner, similar, the same thing. All the sports that I played in, he was there for me. And the encouragement, the teaching, the mentoring, how we learn the game. I mean, here we are as 9, 10-year-old Little League baseball players running the pickle drill. Hey, got a guy on the pickle, we're throwing it, we're running the right, we're getting in line. Hey, nobody stole a base on us. I mean, we, as 9, 10-year-olds, we just learned through his teaching, through his coaching. Same went with football. I mean, I remember the first day I'm playing Mighty Mites. I'm 9 years old. I'm playing little wingback position and defensive free safety. The first game we played up at Monte Vista High School in Cupertino, we played the Milpitas team. We did not get past midfield. We didn't get the ball past midfield. We got beat probably 35-0. It was ugly. Dad wasn't a part of the team yet. We had one coach who was a high school senior. Didn't play football at the high school, but he was a high school senior. He was helping out. He was taking over, trying to help out. So my dad comes out the next week. He gets us organized. He gets us going in the right direction. We start to learn the football terminology. I mean, again, we're 8, 9, 10-year-old kids. We go on a win streak, 8 wins in a row. We play, Milpitas had 2 teams that year. The team that beat us in the first game was their B team. We played the A team at the end of the season for the championship. Beat them 6-0 here at Gilroy High. And, you know, I mean, what you all talk about, what I've heard from the time I can remember about believing in yourself, believing in each other, encouraging each other, never take no for an answer, battling through adversity, learning as you go through it all. I mean, how many times was I told you weren't big enough, you weren't fast enough, you weren't strong enough? I'm going to show you exactly what I am. Give me a chance. Give me a chance to stand in front of you, and I will prove to you what I'm capable of. And that all came from him, from my mom, from my dad, just the support, the courage, the love that I had, but the intensity and the emotion. I coach girls flag football in high school now. And I'm on the field Thursday night, last night. My daughter, she's a sophomore in high school. And we run a play, it's 7-on-7. We run a play where we're on the 2-yard line, and all of a sudden I call, Flojo! Florence Griffith Joyner, right? Fast as hell in the Olympics. Well, it's a speed up, fast play. Get on the line of scrimmage, run past the goal line, turn around, we're gonna throw it to you. Well, we jump off sides and I go, oh! And then, I'm not the head coach. The head coach, former baseball player, 30 years old, big sluggish guy, goes, calm down. Calm down. Calm down. This is how I coach. This is how I coach. They don't listen to that. I'm like, tell me to calm down. But that being said, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The fire and the motivation that he brought into those locker rooms. I remember my first pregame speech. I used to hear all the pregame speeches, man. And I could, the ball boy, I'm fired up. I'm going to go kick the other ball boy's ass. But no, with that being said, I mean, I would listen to these speeches and like the hair would raise on the back of my neck, and I'm like, I'm 12 years old, I'm not even playing, but I'm like, I'm ready. But we played San Francisco City to open the season up, just like he said. We played San Francisco City, home opener here at Gav. My first and only season playing for my dad. And he says a speech before the game, and I mean, it brought like, tears are coming down my eyes because I'm so excited, so fired up, frothing at the mouth. I'm not even a defensive player. I don't get to go hit anybody, but I'm like so jacked up. I mean, in the locker room, and I remember that feeling with you guys. I mean, how the rage would just like, it would be hard to contain. And when you play with that emotion, that intensity, that fuel to your fire, I mean, and you do the right things on the field, it's hard to stop you. And that's why you guys, as 34, 35 players that came together as a team, as a family, believing in each other, believing in what the coaches were teaching you and preaching to you every single day. And hey, you're scrapping for food, you're, hey, going to class maybe sometimes, whatever the case may be, trying to be a student, but hey, let's tell it how it is. But no, hey, you know what? Coming from all areas of the country, Steubenville, Detroit, hey, Philadelphia, Hollister, Morgan Hill, Gilroy, Los Banos, you know, all over the place, right? But coming together, hey, country boys, city boys, hey, all these different groups of people, different backgrounds, but coming out here and like this man to me, who's been the best and greatest father. Talk about an example that you want to emulate of a person that has integrity, that has honesty, that just, you know, has such a big heart. The best coach that I've ever had, hands down. I don't care about what level that I played at. The best coach, because he knew how to tap into each individual and bring out their best and get them to believe in themselves that they can go out on that field and that they could be a difference maker. Hey, you may have come from a broken home, a broken background, where you were struggling to believe in yourself. You came out here, this man believed in you like a father. And not only was he my father, he was a father to all of you. And you guys still call him, talk to him. I love it. I'll be at home and, hey, coach, how you doing, man? And it's, you know, it's one of you guys from 50 years ago, 45 years ago, all those memories that you guys have, and you still want to share it with my dad. And like, he just lights up. He lights up, and he has so much pride and so much joy in what he was able to experience with all of you. And I got to be right there watching it. Like, my highlight reel throughout my life is just being able to see that as a motion picture in front of me and watch what you guys did. And then for me to go out there and do it myself for him. It was like a dream come true. I played in the high school all-star game as a free safety. I started getting some calls, hey, you want to come play safety for us at like Hayward State? And I'm like, nah, I'm not really a defensive player. I'm going to go play for my dad at Gavilan, and we'll see what happens, you know? I go play for my dad, and we have the 1 year we played in the Garlic Bowl, and we whooped Solano's ass. What, Solano. What was that?
Solano, they were number 2.
They were number 2, yeah, they were number 2, and they were undefeated. They come down to Gavin, they're like, why are we playing Gavin? They're not, we're undefeated. We're 4th in the state, whatever. Hey, we put an ass whooping on them. They came down, they came down and got kicked and sent back to wherever they came from. You know? Well, we had
56 to 20.
56 to, it was a shootout.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a shootout. But we had some great times on the field. We had some battles. You know, he told me one time I came off I just throwing a pick. First of all, we're in the red zone, we're going in to score. We're on about the 15-yard line. He calls a little drag slant combination, first down, boom, incomplete. He calls it again. Okay, second down.
Guy's
boom,
open, hit him.
incomplete. He calls it again. I'm like, again! Hey, whatever they call the play in the huddle, third down, interception. I'm like, I'm pissed. I threw a pick. I'm pissed that he got called the play 3 times in a row. So I go off the sideline, and he's like, hey, you better calm down. And I go, you calm down. No, you calm down. No, you calm down. He goes, sit your ass on the bench. I go, fine. I took my helmet off. I go sit on the bench. I'm sitting down on the bench. The next play, the defense forced a fumble. Hey, offense! Offense goes out on the field. I'm still sitting on the bench. And they're like, Coach!
Run up there.
Where's Jeff at? He's like, run the play. Where's Jeff? And he's like, hey, what are you doing, Cindy? He told me to sit on the bench. Get your ass on the field. So I get on the field, and you know, on the sideline, when we were going at it like that, the players are like, hey guys, calm down, it's 35-0. Calm down, we're winning, it's 35-0. But, the memories, I mean, I'm 16 years old. I'm going to hang out at the apartments by Mount Hill with the guys, the Steubenville boys, Haney, and, Alonzo Washington, and all these guys back in the mid to late 80s before I played at Gav. And I'm just, I'd just be like sitting on the couch, like absorbing it all in, And when they'd offer me a beer, I'd say no, of course, and, But, just the camaraderie. There was nothing like the camaraderie, the relationships that we built during that time at Gavilan. And I still talk to my teammates, my buddies that I played with, and, it's all because of this guy. This guy, what he did for the program at Gavilan Junior College, for the school itself, giving young people like ourselves an opportunity, a chance, believing in us, and really creating that belief in ourselves that we can do more in life, that we can be better, that we can be bigger, And it started with this guy right here. I'm so thankful and blessed that you all had a chance to share in the fatherhood that I've had throughout my life. So thank you, Dad. I love you.
Former Gilroy quarterback, a former Gavilan College quarterback, and a former NFL quarterback. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jeff Garcia.
Good evening, everyone. We have a special night tonight. We are here to celebrate 50-year anniversary of the Gavilan Junior College National Championship team. This team in 1973, under second-year head coach, my dad, Bob Garcia, assistant coach, Paul Latsky, Jerry Valenzuela, Dave Ellis, and Bill and Ed Johnson, took a 4-6 team the year before, all the way to 12-0 and honored as national champions. They had probably one of the most difficult preseason schedules in the state that year, starting off with San Francisco City at home, taking it to the big boys from the city. Also, taking on the troops from the Central Valley, taking it on to Santa Barbara City. Games were played at Hollister High School. This team that battled through those first 4 games didn't know really what they had until they saw it coming together, winning one game after the other, starting to get the collection of fans, the junior college, the school, the students, the support from the local community coming out and rallying behind them. They coasted through the Central Coast Conference, going undefeated, 6-0, finishing off the regular season at 10-0, entering the national playoffs, starting out with Sierra College in what should have been, what was supposed to be a battle, but beating them 62-15. Then heading on to the championship game, ranked 4th in the nation, heading into the championship game at the time, while the top 3 failed to secure their opportunity to be national champions. Gavilan took on Miracosta Junior College out of San Diego and shut them down, shut them out, 16-0, to win not only a state championship title, but also to be nominated and earn the national championship. I'm now going to recognize what started out as a roster of 35 players from all over the country. We have, representing our Gavilan Junior College 1973 National Championship team in front of you, 25 of our players as well as coaches. We're going to start it out with our guy from Steubenville, Ohio, the man who had 22 interceptions in 2 seasons, was Junior College All-American, number 10, Mike Mavromatis. From Live Oak High School in Morgan Hill, the gunslinger. This guy did not miss a target, number 11, Dick Stoddard. Also, another local boy from Live Oak High School in Morgan Hill, number 12, the tough DB, Dennis Martinez. From Gilroy High School, a wide receiver that had stickum on his hands, number 13, Bobby Tompkins. Another guy from just west of us, over on the coast, so they may have called him Surfer Boy at the time, from Carmel High School, number 14, wide receiver, backup QB, Carl Merlo. From Hollister, a hay baler at running back. He may have been little, but he came with a lot of fight in him. Number 20, Steve Spina. From Abraham Lincoln, in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, all the way from the East Coast, number 22, defensive back, Keith Bowen. Another guy from outside the country, we had to make sure he could pass the border. James Fowler, city in Canada, Calgary, Canadian, number 25, Randy Reagan. From Palma High School in Salinas, wide receiver, number 26, Greg Sasueda. From Hollister High School, defensive back, number 27, Al Vascara. From Overfeld High School, San Jose, California. Don't mind the Dallas Cowboy shirt he's wearing right now. Number 28, Lonnie Wells. From Branham in San Jose, California, tight end, number 31, Steve Lira. Also from Lincoln in Philadelphia, PA, fullback, number 32, Tommy Hurd. One of your local boys right here from Gilroy, DB, number 33, Jerry Felice. From Steubenville, Ohio, another Steubenville boy from the Midwest, number 34, Dave Moyes. From Gilroy High, running back, high knee or stud, carrying the rock, number 35, Hector Flores. From Leland High School, a Charger, number 50, playing middle nose guard, Gary Randell. From Gilroy High School, another nose guard, battling it out in the center on the defensive line, number 54, Marshall Sanchez. From Live Oak High School, on the offensive line, we have our man, number 55, Ernie Hill. From Hollister High School, another stud on the offensive line, guard number 65, Jack Glass. Another hay baler from Hollister, number 70, leading the charge at tackle, Kenny Peer. From Overfeld High School, from the east side of San Jose, defensive tackle, number 71, Timmy Smith. From Gilroy High School, number 78, linebacker, Michael Powell. Another Mustang from Gilroy, defensive end, number 80, John Flores. And from Gilroy High School, I correct that. I got Gilroy High School run from Hollister High School. Our big cowboy, our defensive end, the Baylor himself, number 83, Ray Sanchez. On the field, we have coaches, Jerry Valenzuela. We have Coach Paul Latsky. My man, next to my dad, Julian. Thank you so much, my man, sir. And hey, the president of Gavilan College, thank you for hosting us, for being great for the junior college, Dr. Avila. And the man, the myth, the legend, who brought this team together in his second year at the age of 32 years old to bring them to a 12-0 undefeated season and a national championship, my dad, Bob Garcia.